Good?
Made it.
You good?
Nailed
you made
it.
You nailed it?
Now I can
just
hear.
in time.
Now I can hear. Yeah, I had to get my water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's
that was
cool.
very important.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to welcome to episode 74 of Read This Way.
Welcome back, Brad, because you were gone and then you come back and
yeah,
that's what you were thinking.
Yeah. We got fuck all to talk. Oh shit! Oh, no, dang it! Now I've done it twice.
Just keep it up. A reputation to hold up. You're waiting for your dick joke too.
Oh, that's right. That's fine. I'll think of something.
Something will come up.
Oh.
Okay.
Does that count?
No. No. Not at all.
All right, I thought that'd get me off the hook, but all right. No, there's bugger all news. But there is a new series that dropped, and some cool shit that we're gonna show off and talk about. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. As far as news goes, what do we got? Got a sneaky possible little bit of news about Sakamoto getting a voice actor.
I don't know. It was kind of worded a bit weird.
It's probably for one of their radio dramas that they do. Would be my guess, because that's
the stage play.
Stuff. Yeah, stage play. Man, they're going mad on stage plays at the moment. What are they doing? They're doing another, like a part 2 Chainsaw Man stage play.
You see that? So cool.
Yeah.
After reading through Oshinoko and doing like the stage play arc blew my mind. Did not realize it was that huge over there, and I really want to experience one of the like 3D arena type setup that they've got, where everyone sits in the middle and the seating rotates between the sets, so they can rapidly change between sets and change over sets while they're not being used. It's
That's
a really
great
cool idea. Yeah,
being able to run from set to set and follow the characters across that'd be pretty mad. Watching something like that.
So it's a lot more of a faster paced play because they're not having to stop the show, change everything. And I think that'd be a lot more engaging. But then again, maybe depending on how long they run for, you'd want an intermission anyway.
Somewhere the actors would want an intermission anyway. The amount of energy they put into their performances.
Oh, that's so good.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I don't care if I'm not fluent by the time I go over. I'm going to one of those shows.
Go anyway. It'll be an experience in its own. You know, the things I want to do when I go over there. Yes, go watch one of those stage plays. Yes, sumo, of course.
Sumo. I want to do Rokugo now.
Maybe. I don't know if I would enjoy it as much because I don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah,
I know the performances would be great, but it's hard to get, because it's such a story-driven perspective that
I feel like it'd still be a fun experience, even if it was like complete gibberish to you because you know like next to nothing of the language.
And my other one would be underground bars, like music bars,
like the izakayas, like the little, like only seats like 5 people.
No, the like the places that play live music.
Oh, like more like club sort of thing.
Yeah, but like rock music, heavy metal.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Stuff. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Nice.
Things I want to do in Japan. A new podcast by us.
Where we dream.
Yes.
Oh, I just realized there we
go. Oh.
The little things.
Oh, it hasn't changed. My perspective has not changed since last week.
All right. We will be back in just a moment. All right, let's just quickly jump into what little news we do have.
Yeah.
I lost my tab.
Pull out your tab, mate. Just whack it on the table.
Did
See,
that
I got
translate?
it. I
Did you
got it
hear
in
that?
before you. Nothing but girth, my friend. Girth.
Oh, he's a thick boy. So we got the MHA and One Piece will be going on break in issue 3. So not our next one, but the week after. I think. See, we're 3 issues in, and I already forgot what we're up to.
That's right. That's right.
Sakamoto Days will be getting the lead cover page and lead color page, along with Kill Blue, New Ways Exorcist. And
I thought that was New
Kaburabachi.
Ways Exorcist there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I could tell from the crop.
Yu Yu Hakusho's coming out on December 14th, and I'm super keen to check it out.
I'm kind of excited. I know a little bit about the show / manga, but not a lot. I never delved into it because it wasn't. I mean, it was big at the time when I was watching, but it was very hard to get access to.
Yeah,
and even still today, it's not exactly easy to find everything.
It was on Funimation before the Sony takeover. It could still be. I haven't
but
checked
how much
in a while.
of it is the question?
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I watched it.
Okay.
It's probably. I feel like it was just before COVID.
Okay. Or during.
Nah.
You probably watched so much during COVID you can't remember.
Actually, it might have been on one of the lockdowns. I don't know. I actually can't remember. It's like COVID blackout.
Prince of Tennis.
I never really got into it when it was airing myself. But when I did get around to finally watching it, it's not too bad. I hope they get the fights choreography down tight.
From what I've seen, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Pretty decent special effects. I can always pinpoint Japanese cinematography from a mile away. It's so, I keep forgetting because when we're spoiled here in Australia, so a lot of our miniseries and stuff we produce here are unrealistically high quality on a visual standard. So a lot of our cinematographers and the likes of are off working in Hollywood all the time because they just get paid exorbitant amounts of money over there. So we're just used to a certain quality of lighting, a certain quality of camera work, composition, and that sort of work, that when we see you can pinpoint an American show from a mile away, Japanese, Chinese, they've all got their own sort of similar cinematic feel to them. And
it's almost like a regional thumbprint almost.
Yeah. And a lot of the Japanese stuff it does a lot of hard cuts.
Yeah.
Especially during action and stuff like that. And there is a lot more emotion behind the characters during action.
Yeah.
A lot more exaggeration, I guess, which is understandable. I mean, they're playing anime / manga characters. It makes sense for them to be over the top. So
I want it to be a really cool like martial arts action.
I want it to be erratic and stupid and fun.
Delinquent battle. Like I want it to be gritty and edgy. I'm excited.
His uniform is just going to make me laugh so hard, though.
Oh yeah,
little crop top jacket that he's got.
It's cool, man. How dare?
Back then, maybe. long as they do the hair properly, all is well. That's the real trick. But besides Yu, what else did we have in the news?
12 million
ooh,
copies of Kaiju number 8 in circulation with
and not
11
enough people.
volumes.
It's one of those manga that are so insanely popular, but I just never see anybody talking about it.
Admittedly, I don't go looking, but also
No,
same.
but normally, this sort of stuff, when it's that popular, it usually sort of crops up along the way.
Yeah.
But it just, nobody ever talks about it, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
And
you don't hear a lot of discussion about it. It's odd.
and I think it's partly due to its release schedule.
It is
So
pretty inconsistent.
the fact that they release every couple of weeks, maybe every 4 weeks, depending on how they feel.
Do it when I'm good and ready.
Yeah, which is fine. It's just not enough. You know what I mean? It's just not enough.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Dark Gathering.
Dark Gathering reaches 1.4 million copies in circulation with 14 novels. So this is the one that got an anime adaptation last season. Yeah. With the really creepy girl that had the little death pupils.
Oh, yeah.
That ghosts were terrified of her because she was unhinged. It was fun. I need to go back to it. I really enjoyed it. I only watched a few episodes though. And it seemed pretty faithful to the manga because they did a bunch of vault chapters on the app, and I read a bit.
They did.
They
did indeed.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
It held up, I guess.
Ichinose Family's Deadly Sins has reached 600,000 copies in circulation with a complete, I think it's wrapped up with 5 volumes.
Now these are all figures from Oricon, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Which is, so this is end of year figures. So all these series have wrapped up, calculating how many copies have sold of every volume in circulation. So I can only imagine One Piece's circulation volumes, though it's been dethroned, I believe.
Yeah, well, it still does consistently huge numbers.
Yeah.
But there has been a few times where a new series has just demolished in sales. Generally, when it gets like an anime adaptation and goes real hard, like what Demon Slayer did, that people just went and bought manga.
Yeah, and just went nuts for it. And this year's title for that was Blue Lock.
I know. I'm like, yeah, I know there was like some mad hype around it, and I had fun with the edgy show too, but I didn't think it was that popular. Good God.
Well, they love their sport manga over there.
Yeah.
Let's face it. All the sports. Look at all their basketball stuff. Slam Dunk is still selling copies like 20 years down the track. Tennis, they're mad. Swimming. Golf. Did you read the new golf one?
I didn't even get through the first chapter.
Well, there's only one chapter, isn't there? I haven't looked. I haven't seen the second one.
I did intend to go back before the show and read it, but I
kind of had a feeling it wasn't your vibe.
I read something else instead. Yeah, it felt very much like other series that I'd seen before, and I was kind of just like,
but it's the first chapter, is the other.
Yeah. So I'm willing to give it another go. But yeah, it didn't get my gander. Didn't light my goose.
Stop setting those geese on fire.
I don't even know what saying I'm trying to fish for here.
Man, you have... Stop trying to fish for sayings.
I think I just had a fucking stroke. Oh my god.
Just slap that salmon and let's relax.
Oh fuck. So yeah, I will be jumping back into everybody loves golf. What's this?
I
Green
don't know, I can't-
Greens.
Green Greens. Yeah.
That's right.
Sounds like
the
some
one that
story about vegetarians.
I
But
thought it was gonna be like Food Wars.
vegetarians. They're all lanky, gaunt, white people.
Anyway, what did you think of our new series, Shadow Eliminators? Because in the same
It's
vein,
okay.
you felt the same way that I felt about Greens. That
Yeah, I'd seen it all before.
I liked
it,
its flavor. It was
it's
had
definitely
nice artistic flair to it.
Oh, the art's nice.
Yeah.
It just felt like the story was grabbing a lot of influence
So I
from
don't know
lots of
if
different areas.
have you played Platinum Games Astral Chain? It was
No, but
released on
I've seen video.
yeah.
of it, yeah.
I was getting that. There was something else while I was getting just like flashes of different things while I was
This is
reading
what
it.
I mean. It feels like that the person who's writing this has been influenced by so many different things that they're just mushing all these little bits and pieces together to develop a story and a world. And it's so heavily influenced by Bleach. I don't know whether you got that vibe or not, but it's definitely got a Bleach-esque sort of vibe to it. That I was just like, I'll be interested to see where it goes, but for the moment, it doesn't present anything different or new to me.
No, and I was reading it and I was like, this one shows promise. For me, I'm intrigued. I like the concepts. The art's nice. The I guess not the MC, but the introductory like Gojo character, the one that comes in looking all sexified and shit, and I'm all like, oh, is this the MC?
I gotta admit, I kind of liked his character.
He was
as
cool.
being that really up in your face, honest, truth telling kind of guy. He was an interesting character.
So far, like those two had like really good chemistry. I really like the character.
This is what annoys me is its obvious chemistry.
Yeah,
it's like this chemistry has been done 1,000 times over.
Oh, right.
You got two opposing forces who are eventually going to join up and be good friends, and they're going to have a crazy dynamic where one does one thing and one does another, and it feels really, really generic, like a buddy cop movie coming out of Hollywood, where they take the latest hot comedian and join him with the latest action star. I don't know.
Even though they're generic as hell, they're generally a lot of fun.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's not that it's not fun. It just didn't light my fire, man. There's so much to read. Like there is gargantuan amounts of content. Oh, I hate calling it that. Sorry.
It didn't tickle your goose.
My poor goose is untickled.
Oh man, that's totally unhonkable.
And I'm starting to realize that I have a relatively unique taste for this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
As a lot of the stuff I like, most people don't. No, it's that it's that the stuff that I enjoy tends to be really offbeat or unique or different.
Yeah.
Or I've talked to a few people about Under Ninja, and they've gone. I tried watching it and got like halfway through the episode and they couldn't stand it. It was just like they couldn't handle it. And I'm like, but it's just ridiculous, dark comedy. Just enjoy it.
I might actually.
So
I've been meaning to get around to it, and I've got a bit more time now, so I think I'll get on that.
and this is the thing, you
Because
might watch it
it's just
and
unhinged.
go, yeah, you'll watch it and go, not
Nah,
not feeling it. And
nah.
the other thing is the story time
Flip.
jumps a lot around and it confuses people really quickly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
So
I'm
I
intelligent
yeah.
enough.
Well, this is the
Sometimes.
thing. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say, only the intelligent people are going to be watching this, because they're not. There's going to be an enormous amount of people that are not
It's
going
like
to watch it because it's just different. It doesn't stick to a formula. There's no formula. It's like the punk of anime. You know what I mean? It just doesn't care.
actually, I'll
So,
bring up.
and that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. I like stuff that's really offbeat or weird or unusual. And right now, for me, the series that's really tickling my goose is Yu Yu. Mama Yu Yu. That's
Oh, Mama
been
Yu.
really, yeah, that's definitely been tickling my goose.
I
That
didn't
one.
actually read this chapter this week.
It's such a fascinating concept, and I can just see an almost infinite amount of options and directions that this thing could head in, or have alternate versions of. The whole idea is just fantastic. So here's our generic edgy boy, handcuff and all.
I love the design though.
I want to know
I
what
know how
earrings
generic
for.
it is, but god damn, I love it. Oh, the earrings,
Yeah, I
yeah.
want to know what they're about.
Well, it's done its job, hasn't it?
What the fact that they mention it once, and he's like, "Yeah, they're there for a reason," and that's it. That's all they say.
He's all like, "Yeah, fuck off! Don't. It's my own
Don't
personal
ask.
beliefs. Get off my case."
Yeah, screw you.
So we have another sexy grandma character
Yeah,
that
but
looks like she's
she doesn't
25.
look like that in the series, though. Let's face it.
Oh, I remember what the other series is now. A Jin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
getting
it's got
like a
that
Jin
similar
vibes.
edgy, yeah, that
Yeah,
edgy vibe.
I
Though
knew I'd
again,
remember it if I brought it up.
is a lot
Yeah.
darker. This has
So
definitely
yeah,
got a early
shonen.
teens vibe. Yeah, that really shonen sort of vibe to it.
I
And as you
don't
can see, the
know,
artwork is it's really nice and clean. But
and
boy,
goofy when it needs to
I
be.
couldn't pick it from a lineup. This is the
When
thing.
it gets to this sort of like this
Yeah,
section, that's when
where
it
the
shines.
where the action kicks in, it feels looser and a little bit more energetic. So
You know,
it'll be
she
interesting.
actually does look like that. I remembered her looking like a wrinkled old, like little old lady. What the hell?
Okay? So and I think this might be the effect of reading it on. Did you read it on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I also read it on my phone. So when I saw it, I just saw a wrinkled old lady. I didn't
Well, he
see.
called her grandma, so I think
Yeah,
maybe my brain just filled in the
just clicked
details.
in. Yeah,
What the hell? That's
and
whack,
she's like
man.
real tiny on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, that's bizarre.
Yeah, it does appear to be a grandma fetish going on in Japan at the moment.
um. Oh, I like the way they showcased. Hang on, I'll go back to it. About why he was soaking wet, and he just they have
Oh,
the
so yeah, so
rewind,
brief. Yep.
and then it was
Yep.
just done. It was like
Yeah. And you can just see that
perfect.
in anime form. It's just like, and
Yeah,
then it just plays that little tiny sequence, and then it's like, and just goes back again.
and I like that they
It
broke
is,
the fourth wall a little bit here,
yeah.
but like it's got nice little. I can't think of a better word than gimmicks in it in its
The other
presentation.
thing, so the other thing that's sort of striking me is, Kashi
Like
Triangle.
like this. This was cool.
Yeah, you see that? That's nice. That really intense feel that's giving me more Blue Exorcist vibes. Something that's got a little bit more
Yeah,
intensity, a little bit
it
more
feels
depth.
like it could dabble like in
Yeah,
not
look
not
if it
you just dip the toe into the Senine.
yeah, that just nudge in that area, and just during the periods where they've got the battles and they've got this event that's happening,
Yeah,
because the whole idea is surrounding the human darkness, and in order to do that, they're going to have to grapple with some pretty intense topics, and they're going to have to
yeah.
grapple with some intense artwork as well, I think. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
and then there was like
fascinated.
the guilt theming
Those
to
squiggles are
Persona.
fantastic.
That was the
Yeah.
other thing that I was getting. I was getting a lot of Persona vibes.
Yeah. Yep.
Like and like with the edginess that it comes along with, but it plays it off cool. That's what I was getting. Persona, Ajin, and the other thing that I said first.
Yeah.
Which I've forgotten.
Uh,
Um
yep.
Even a
Can't
little bit
remember.
of Phantom Seer. Um
Oh, ouch. Oh,
yeah.
pull that knife out of my chest. Don't know about the sword arm.
There was something else I remember seeing with a sword arm like that too. I kind of dig it.
It's so impractical.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna lose it, are you?
No, but it's also really limited on how you can use it. And is it sword hand, or is it sword like arm? Because if he's got that join in there as well, he's got a lot more freedom and movement to do things.
Yeah.
But if
I
it's his
don't
whole
know,
arm,
man.
he's just like, I'm overthinking this, right? It's
A
like,
little bit.
I'm from an artist perspective, I'm just like, how is he going to actually like?
You can just do whatever he wants. You
Yeah,
just do it.
how's he going to do it?
You'll do it.
He's just going to do it. Do it.
Um, so we will be getting maybe chapters on December 25th. Cause that is when Jump Giga. Hey, Nikki. Um, that's when Jump Giga will be releasing its like Black Clover issue. So
Mm.
everyone's a bit hyped about that. So I'll be expecting at least Black Clover to be dropped on Christmas Day, which is a nice little present.
Yeah. So what they're holding off until Christmas? Are they?
That's the quarterly, like the big Jump
Yeah,
Square or whatever it's called. Jump Giga, sorry.
Jam Giga. Yeah.
So it'll be dropping on December 25th because that's not. I mean,
Quarterly.
it's a
Yeah.
holiday, but it's not a holiday.
Having 3 months to do a comic, that'd be nice.
It's their chicken day.
Yeah,
KFC.
the cheat day.
This is what they all go eat KFC and
It'd be nice
go
if we
on
got some
dates.
Giga stuff. Some Giga stuff would be nice, I
Yeah.
think. I hope they add it to Plus.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. I think
Hmm.
something. Oh no, it's just gonna include merch for JJK and Haikyuu.
Of course. Big
Yeah.
series. The big boys. Don't
Um.
know about that JJK. It's just everybody was all about the latest episode of JJK at the moment because of
Oh yeah, the
yeah.
Yuji fight. I saw so many clips. I
Well,
have
there
not
was
even seen.
the Yuji fight and Hammer Girl's major
Oh,
injury.
that's right. Yeah,
Hmm.
I did.
Which
I
we never
saw.
did we ever see her come back
No,
again? No,
we
she's
still
gone.
haven't.
We know she's
No, but
alive.
yeah, they mentioned her. They've mentioned her twice since.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. So she's not dead. To all you people watching the anime, sorry to interrupt you there, but she's not actually dead. Thank goodness.
Even though we haven't seen hide nor hair of her since.
Well, this is the thing. I think it was his way of taking her out of the equation and making it more
I
about Yuji.
actually really hope that he brings her back like right towards the end. Because her
Clutch.
character arc,
Just bring her in Clutch, man.
Yeah.
She just comes in and just destroys.
Bang, bang, bang. That'd be sweet. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And give her like some like really cool scar. That'd be so dope.
Scar? How long do you think it's been, my friend, since it happened?
Yeah, I suppose it's only been like a couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah. She's still in hospital. That's why we haven't seen her.
Has it? I don't actually remember. No. It has actually been a couple months now.
Even still, you're gonna get your half your face blown off. It's gonna take more than a couple of months to come back.
Yeah, I know. Just that surface level concrete burn that I got took like months.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was the worst. What was the? Nah, it's gone. Damn it.
That's all right. We'll get back to it.
It wasn't important. There was something about JJK, but I don't.
Yeah, something to do with pandas. No, it's gone.
Nah, it's gone. It's just left the building.
I saw there was a little bit of news about this. Sorry, you're gonna do a thing.
Go for it.
I was gonna say the writer from Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Yeah, the writer from Cyberpunk has done his own series. What? He's written his own manga, and he's gotten someone in to draw it.
Is it the same award that Beat in Motion got?
No, this is a different thing. So the Beat in Motion one was a proper competition. So that was a run competition. The award that they were given was the award from. So you know how they got the part of the Jump Plus app that has all the creator
portal.
Yeah, the creator portal. So now and then you'll spot a comic come up that will have like a bronze or a silver title.
Yeah.
And that's an award given to them. So they shift it from the creator portal over to the main portal so people recognize it. And they get a cash prize in the process as well. So yeah, it's nice. But since they've been running the creator portal, nobody has received the gold medal. This is the first time they've issued a gold medal. And the gold medal comes with serialization. It comes with some large amount of money, of course, as well.
Get that bag.
And all the usual stuff. So it's basically a ticket to join Jump Plus. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's fun and fascinating, and it will be interesting to see where it goes.
Do you know what the series was called?
It's called No Name, and it's not on there. I have looked. Ooh, sick guts. That looks kind of cool. All you people out there, if you're on Jump Plus, flick over to the creator portal and just have a playthrough there. There's a lot of really, really nice stuff. And this is all being produced by people in their bedrooms. This is not teams. This is not people who are doing it for a living. These are all people who are doing it off their own back.
Indie as hell.
Indie as hell. You know, doing everything they can to try and break into the environment. God knows why they would, because it's so much work.
I sold my body to a god.
Dude,
is that it? No Name?
Oh, there it is. Why does it not come up then? Every time I search for it, it's just like, yeah. Okay, this will explain why it's getting
go away.
The gold nom, because dang. Story by Rafael Jackie, and so the artist Machine Gamu. I have no idea who this is, but the name.
Oh, that's some nice perspective.
Great perspective work, great composition. It looks good. it will be interesting to see what happens here, because this will be an ongoing series.
Oh, it's interesting. I dig it.
It's got 1 second.
It feels like a weird hybrid between like manga and Western comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has a Western vibe to it.
Interesting. I wonder what they've done
So,
previously.
Not a lot. And it looks like a lot of people are searching the same thing to find out. Big on DeviantArt, Instagram. Could be the first time that they've done anything.
Nice.
And they could just be friends. This is the other thing, and this is what I love about indie stuff, is they're just probably a couple of guys who just met up online and went, "Hey, let's make a thing."
So, hey, I worked on Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Just looking to do a thing. Looking for cool people to draw my new thing.
Yeah, and it looks great.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a proper read.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to
Ooh.
hold up. It's got
Something
growth.
about it reminds me of Red Hood.
Yeah, like I said, it's got growth to happen. It's good, but it's not like polished good.
I don't.
65 pages, my friend.
Good
We'll sit down and
God.
we'll give that a yell read a little bit later.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah. Man, I reckon it's got growth just in those 65 pages.
Yeah. Gonna have to have a look
Anytime they put a bear character in there, I'm just sad. I'm just like, that's great. I love it when there's a bear character that just is like, nobody even questions it. It's just there.
So that's part of is it Medibang?
So Medibang is the software
Yeah,
guys. That
they partnered up with Shueisha.
Yeah.
Or did they own it?
Oh, they might have bought them, but they do travel as separate entities.
Yeah, okay.
So when they do an event, it's like Shueisha and Medibang. It's not just Shueisha. And I think they do that because the software is still run by them.
Yep.
And they're a separate company, which makes sense. They are.
Okay. So this week is issue number 2. So next week is number 3. Was number 3 when MHA and One Piece were on break, or was it number 4?
You said 3.
Yeah, I did. I think that we're getting a chapter of One Piece next week. Anyway. Feel like I'm going crazy. Green's color page.
Okay, boys and girls, if you like golf, you will like a greens. Actually, that's not true. There's a little bit of golf in it. It's not a lot. But I enjoyed it. This guy, not so much.
It was okay. I don't know. I don't know what it's trying to say yet, and I don't care. I'll be going back.
It's about golf, and I don't care.
I'm just like, oh my god, get to the point.
The point was, it was following a guy that has no point. Yeah.
Okay, I'll jump back into it. I don't know. I got kind of bored.
No, understandable, because it's a large portion of it's not golf. A large portion it's about a guy who has no identity.
Yeah.
He's busy talking about everyone else and becoming friends with people that have direction in order to talk about them. And that's his identity. His identity is all the people he knows. he doesn't have an identity. He doesn't have a goal. He wants to go do computer sciences because
Money?
what else is there to do? Yeah, money, getting by. As long as he knows that guy who became a famous baseball player, or that guy who became a famous writer, or that's his link to the outer world, or the dream like state that
Yeah.
a lot of the other characters live in.
I
So
do remember not being like that weirdly hyper focused on like how much money people make and in their careers and like that
yeah,
sort of level, but like I do remember being like lost mainly because I still don't have a direction. Um
and that's a really fascinating point, because the character, he brings it up all the time. He's like, if you become a famous baseballer, you'll earn this much per pitch, or if you become a boxer, you'll earn this much per punch, and that's his gauge of success.
yeah,
Is
whether it's
how
worth the effort sort of thing, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, but he
Um
doesn't downplay anything. He understands that there's still a lot of work involved, and people, strive to get to that point, and he supports them along their way. So he's not like some lazy turd who doesn't respect what people are doing and how hard they're working. He just has
it's
no direction.
yeah.
All he
Akane
needs is one
Banashi.
direction. Uh,
No.
yeah. I was
No,
hoping you'd just start singing.
he's already got no direction.
We just leave it at that.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
watch?
I love that cover.
It's cute.
It's the kind of thing you would see on the side of like an instant ramen cup.
Yeah. I did really dig the art for Witch Watch. It was adorable. Holy crap, 135 chapters. That what?
Yeah. I remember
Wow.
reading the first few of those chapters, and I'm like, hey, this is fun. And then I never read any more. And I don't know why. I just kind of didn't. I think I wasn't in the mood for that sort of thing at the moment.
Yeah.
More One Piece, more Sakamoto.
How have we not got an anime adaptation announcement yet? Insane.
It kind of makes sense. I think they're just waiting for the right studio. I have a feeling that Shueisha's had offers from studios,
Yeah.
but they're waiting
Shopping
for the
around.
right. You know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for Bones to be free.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that they are the only ones who could pull that off.
Did I tell you that Blue Exorcist's coming back with the Illuminati arc?
Oh, okay.
January 6th.
Does that mean they're skipping a certain part?
I don't think so, because they had the
They had the couple of movies in between, didn't they?
yeah. The Kyoto Fire something or other.
Yeah.
The thing that they brought back after they had the anime original ending. So the last like 3 episodes of season 1 filler never happened.
Yeah.
And then you pick up season 2 and it ignores it completely.
Those 3 episodes never happened.
It's so bizarre. Because the original run was in that era of we'll just do our own thing, I guess, as opposed to, I don't know, maybe cutting the season short and just.
Well, this is what I'm finding fascinating at the moment is a lot of studios are starting to go, we're just going to wait.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. So many places are starting to halt, with the exception of Mappa. They're starting to halt on production when things need to slow down, or when they need to pause production for things to actually progress further. I like the fact that they're starting to pick animes up at the 120 chapter mark.
Yeah.
Where they've got at least sort of 3 seasons in the bank. story-wise. And it's just going to continue. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, sorry,
seasons?
no, I
No.
thought I opened a tab, but then the wrong thing opened. And then I felt like I feel like I'm being gaslit by the universe this episode.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened.
Got me.
Yeah.
So we got. I did actually find one of the Oricons from November, the top 20 series that were sold. Just a quick little snapshot. One Piece.
Yep.
1.4 million copies. Just in November.
Which when you think about it, 1.4 million for One Piece.
It's got 101 volumes.
Low. It seems kind of low for them though.
Yeah. Next up though was the Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah.
Which has just had its anime adaptation.
This thing is the sleeper hit, apparently, is from what I've been told.
Very closely. So no Freyren. God, had a stroke.
Freyren?
Yeah. Oh, that hurt.
You can say
my
it.
brain.
It's okay.
Freyren.
It's okay. Freyren. Yeah.
Which,
you know, is I understand
speaking.
why that's popular.
Is so good.
Is that light novel adapted?
Oh, I don't know actually.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I can't get enough. I do need to catch up a little bit. I'm a couple episodes behind now. But recently the dub has been circulating on anime Twitter because the English dub voice actor just dropped most brutal savage one line. It was so cool and calm and collected, and
this is the thing, it was done with like little to no emotion.
Yeah,
that's what set it apart.
So good.
Yeah.
The series gets hella intense.
Yes, if you're not into the darker side of anime or cute things becoming dark, then don't touch this. Don't go near it, because things turn very quickly.
Dip the toe, do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great series, don't get me wrong. Get attached to all those characters, please do, before you start watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that while you were drinking.
Nah, it's the best time. Yeah, and then we go My Hero Academia, and then Kingdom. So Kingdom's usually like
the one that we never get.
Yeah, it's usually up there though, which is interesting that MHA is above it. And then
is it though? Because it is starting to close up.
Yeah.
It makes sense for MHA to really start hitting off and going nuts.
Oh, dude, some of the art in the latest chapters has just been so impeccable.
God, I hope he takes a break after this. I hope he takes a big, long, extended break and just chills out.
We had 2 chapters of All for One flashback. That was
nice.
A little bit needed. A
little bit light.
It was nothing that we didn't really know, but it was more fleshed out and from his perspective. And you get to see what type of unhinged he is from birth, pretty much. And it brings into question whether or not it's like the quirk corrupted him, or he was already corrupted, or like that beforehand. It's like the chicken and the egg sort of situation.
The power is just the power, man. It's all him.
It's like was the in Heroes where the the villain's power was eating brains. Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
He got
the
the
bad
munchies.
guy,
Nom, 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 nom.
the bad guy. No, he used to copy powers
Yeah, but why was he
by.
chopping their brains out? Because he didn't have
No,
to.
he had. Oh, no, there was a thing he had to do to get the power, but he had to like get into a
Disassemble their
certain part of the
brain.
brain. He had to get us to a certain part of the brain to do it.
But
Now he
then,
didn't have the power to extract it just generally, but later on he did. He got the power
yeah, I don't
to extract
remember.
powers without
Getting really off
without having to
topic.
kill people, which then turned him into a good guy instead of a bad guy.
I mean, mainly because the actor was just so fantastic, and I don't think
He
they
was
wanted
good.
to get rid of him.
Man, those early seasons were so good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it
He
goes
got
a bit crazy.
he got pretty mad as it went further along. It was all
Yeah.
the time travel and all that sort of stuff.
Admittedly, I love anything with Hero though, so
He was a really cool character, and I think his general honesty and earnest love for heroism was what kept the series going, whereas
yeah.
everybody was so fucking grounded and gritty and
He was a
dark
weeb.
and yeah, and here's this little bright light of weeb sitting in the middle. It was fantastic.
Yeah, no, they were the most enjoyable to watch and entertaining. I'm not sure what word I was going for. Wholesome.
He was definitely a wholesome character compared to the rest of the cast. Yeah. The rest of it
Um,
was very typical American drama
yeah,
sort of stuff.
it had its
went through.
moments.
Yeah.
It's also like what now? Over a decade old.
Mm-mm.
Pretty
No.
sure it is.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
It might even be close to 20 years old now.
Don't say words like decade.
Actu-
It's just it's the hero's centenary.
It's pretty damn close actually. It's 2006.
2006. That is pretty close.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Might have to go back and revisit that. I can't remember half of it. I found
Zachary
it.
Quinto, that's what his name was.
Yeah. It's a good actor.
And then he went off
Really good
and did Star Trek, right?
Yeah. He was Spock.
Yeah. I enjoyed those movies for what they were.
Yeah,
I
if
thought
you
they-
weren't a
I thought they were fun.
hardcore, Star Trek fan, they were
Yeah.
actually a lot of fun, and they still are. And I think they're still making them.
They actually got me more invested into checking out the older stuff. And I
Yeah.
haven't watched a lot of it. I've more so just kind of watched the movies.
You need to jump onto Lower Decks, man. That's where it's at.
Good God, I do not have. Says the guy, I've got too much One Piece to consume.
I know. Lower Decks is an animated series, though. So.
Oh, is it? Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like crazy. It's about all the team that run all the engines and the shields and all that sort of stuff. So it's got nothing to do with it's got to do with the bridge team, but it's got the vast majority of it happens downstairs with nerds calculating things and replacing crystals and doing all that sort of stuff.
You know what, man?
What?
We've gotten incredibly off topic.
No, it's animated. It's okay. I'm sure someone on the staff is from Japan.
I don't know. Where do we draw the line, Logan?
Hey, look, I'm just saying that maybe it is kind of anime. I mean, the term anime is just animation.
Uh-huh.
It's just how it works, right? I mean, we could talk about anything.
I should really check
long
out
as it's
Apothecary
animated.
Diaries.
Yeah, it's actually on my list. So it was recommended recently to me, but I don't
Yeah, same.
necessarily trust that person's decision because they also told me they didn't like Under Ninja. So
Yeah,
uh,
that's very valid.
I'm just wondering whether it's actually going to tickle my fancy or not. I feel like I'm going to be bored in it.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
I don't know,
meant to
it could
be.
be fun.
Yeah, well, this is the thing: is it's meant to be kind of chill
Yeah.
until it's not.
Oh, what?
Uh, well, apparently it gets pretty dark.
Oh, okay.
Not like free rent dark, but it gets dark on
Okay.
some occasions because it's like a investigation, murder and investigation kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's murder. See, this is the thing;
It's
it's right
Murder
up
She
your
Wrote.
alley. Yeah, but
Love
in
that shit.
ancient Japan, kind of, or is it China? So
Yeah.
this is the thing: is it set in China?
I don't know.
I believe it is. I
I
believe it
mean,
is.
it could be Japan, like after the initial colonization. Could have a lot of Chinese flavors still.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know what you mean there.
Just gonna quickly rapid fire off the. I find it interesting what's made the top 20. So after the top, so Kingdom is top 5. Jujutsu Kaisen's at 6. Oshinoko 7. One Punch Man, Spy Family, Rurouni Kenshin. The Hokkaido arc is actually doing ridiculously well, which makes me feel dirty.
No,
Uh,
look, these numbers are from
Sakamoto
Japan
Days.
only.
Yeah, I know, but
They don't care over there.
I know. Blue Lock, Laid Back Camp, The Fable, The Second Contract. There's a few on here that I
Dude, I need to get onto the Fable. I love the movies.
have no idea what The Fable is.
It's about a hitman that becomes retired, kind of.
That's a weird common trend at the moment.
This is an older
Or they
series,
get
though. It's been
isekai'd
running.
or
It's been running for a little while, so it's about a no. Well, he doesn't want to be retired. He's forcefully retired. So he's contracted to do a job to um, blend in. No, so he's contracted to blend in a small sit town to wait
Mm,
for his notification to do something. And of course, while he's in the small town tying himself up with the general public, he gets caught up, or people he knows gets caught up with the Yakuza and so on and so forth. And he goes about his business. It's really so the I've watched the movie on Netflix. It's really good. Like really, really, really good.
okay.
Highly, highly recommend it. I haven't read the manga though, because it's not something that's easily,
Attained.
accessible. I have to
Yeah.
order that shit, which is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is.
Um, what was it? There was Murata will be doing the next Dragon Ball cover.
Which is super
Um,
exciting.
dude, his art's gorgeous. However, the one that I care about, which was the one that's just been released, was the Sue Ishida, creator of Tokyo Ghoul and Trojan X, and it looks
This is so
gorgeous.
good. This is
Oh,
so good.
I hope they do a book of these, or at least just like posters, like a
Mm.
big poster book that you can just tear them out of, and oh, dude,
Yeah.
some of them have just been absolutely incredible, and I love his style. It looks so pretty.
It's painted really beautifully. I have seen a lot of his stuff as we go through Trojan X, but this just seems like he's taken his time with this.
Yeah,
He's taken his sweet, sweet time with this, and he's made it He's given it that really cool graphical feel to it with the attack and the almost it's like someone's thrown stickers over the top of a poster
It
kind of
kind of
feel.
gives me like Gorillas vibes. I don't know why.
Yeah, you get gorillas out of that.
Like the newer sort of stuff that they've been doing, like with Noodle.
It's giving me very realistic vibes. Like,
Oh yeah. I'm
the
more like the aesthetic with like the attack and like I'm getting like Gorillas, like Tank Girl, that sort of. But then
yeah,
it's got that realism watercolor stuff that he's been doing with his covers for Trojan X. It's more refined than what he'd been doing in Tokyo Ghoul.
yeah. Look, his work has definitely grown like an exorbitant amount over his Trojan X period. But I think it's a reflection of the amount of time that he spends on
Oh, for
something.
sure. Give me a sec. I'll bring up the
So I can sit
covers.
here and attack dimensions and
Well,
perspective, all that sort of stuff. But visually speaking, on a graphical sense, this is a really cool image.
what I saw someone talking about with Trojan X in particular was that it's very the art's very deliberate, and
Yeah,
he will
I
put
know, I can
effort
tell.
in, yeah, specifically like where it makes sense to give more effort to a particular part. If it's like something like here we go.
Yeah, so
Like
here's the
it,
covers. The covers are clearly he is paying attention to lighting and composition and color. His his work and understanding of the finer arts has progressed quite heavily. When
oh,
you
it's the
read the
hyena girl.
when you yeah, when you
Oh,
read the manga, it's busy when it needs to be busy and it's refined when it needs to be refined.
it's good shit.
It the art lends itself to the storytelling in pace. So the faster the pace becomes, the looser his style becomes, the quicker you turn the page.
Yeah,
Yeah?
thank you. That's kind of what I was trying to get across.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it feels like he's drawing quicker so he can turn the page and go again. So
yeah,
you'll read it quickly and then turn the page. And he
it's
wants you
like,
to go at the pace he's thinking. He's
yeah,
thinking this pace and he wants you to keep moving along with it. So anytime I start seeing him starting to scribble or he's starting to add extra lines and an extra, work that's almost sketch like, I'm just like, okay, this is meant to be turned, turned,
yeah,
turned as quick as possible. And sometimes I'll even forget about the words. I'll just sort of flick through the pages
yeah.
just to get that feeling of action that's pushing through.
And then I'll
And
be
then
like, oh shit,
then
I
I'll go
haven't read.
back. Yeah, then I'll go back and I'll read through it. And I kind of do that on purpose because I feel like his work is very cinematic.
Yeah. Oh,
And
for sure.
he has been very inspired by cinema over the years. And when you're reading his work, I mean, there's a lot of angles and there's a lot of compositions he works with that you're like, you didn't you didn't need to do that. There's easier ways to do that. But he
Yeah.
wanted people to see a particular angle or a reason why, he's looking at it from this angle versus just doing your regular, crop shot kind
Yeah.
of environments with two people talking. He
Dude,
will
some of his
he'll pull the camera back and he'll show the two people talking, but in the background you'll have
I love that we refer to it as a camera.
well, this is the thing is it is that's
No,
what it is.
I do the same thing like when I'm like doing the script writing and stuff and like making notes for the illustrator.
Yeah,
I
you have to.
always it's always like it's a camera. The what you're seeing through the
It is.
panel is a
It is.
camera. Yeah.
And the connection between comic books and cinema is really, really tight. And the people who don't believe that that's a tight connection don't get comic books and their
It's kind of
flow
like
and their system.
a very well refined storyboard for a motion picture.
Yes, which is why a lot of comic book artists do storyboard work as well.
Yeah.
It's why a lot of, just people who are familiar with how composition and how flow works do storyboard work. And if you're wondering, what's a storyboard when it comes to animation, they're practically the director. So anybody who does storyboard work on an animation is basically directing the film to an extent. Well, the cinematographer. So they're the cinematographer.
Yeah. I was
Sorry,
like, they're more
not the
like the one
director.
behind the camera.
Yeah. So they're the cinematographer when it comes to animated films. So storyboarders will,
Is it the same thing?
give you.
Cameraman, cinematographer? Is that just a fancy term?
Okay,
Or am I?
cinematographer looks after. So sorry, cinematographer looks after the camera, the lens, the lighting,
Okay,
and
so
and the
that's
position. So what
yep,
you
yep,
see on the screen is the cinematographer.
yep,
How everything plays out in the scene is the director.
yeah.
So, if you're watching something and it looks spectacular, but the line delivery is really crap, it's because the cinematographer is great and the director's really bad.
It's almost like hardware and software, right?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
You've got the hardware being told what to do, and the director being the software calling the shots.
Yeah, a little bit. A little
Yeah,
bit.
that was a weird metaphor, but
Yeah, it
I'm
was. It
glad
was
you
one of
got
those.
it.
'Cause there's so many connections,
I know.
so many other things going on. Yeah. But
The
yeah,
mangaka from
yeah.
Ichigoki's Under Control is going to be publishing a new one-shot title titled Yankee Time Machine Blues on December 9th in the Jump app, and I hope we get it because I'm interested to know what the hell Yankee Time Machine Blues is about.
What? I like the sound of it. The term Yankee is just throwing me off though, but Time Machine Blues sounds kind of fun.
So this is the other work that they worked on before Ichigoki's Under Control. I'm from Japan.
I'm happy that they're gonna keep going and keep working, but I am not. I'm just not a
Oh,
I'm just not a gag manga guy.
that's savage. Do you see this comment?
Dude, come on.
Jesus Christ.
And this
So
is the
unnecessary.
thing. No, this is from people who don't understand the process that is
Yeah.
required to make this. He's the amount of hoops that this guy's had to jump through and the kind of work he's had to produce in order to keep making new manga one after another is just exceptional. Even though they're not,
Well, yeah.
they're not
Also
ticking
just
all the
the
boxes for people.
the
I didn't,
willpower and the drive.
yeah, I didn't read Ichigoki's Under Control because it was a gag series.
Yeah.
I can't read it. It doesn't translate really well with me. I prefer to watch it as opposed to read it.
Yeah. I watched a few watch I read a few chapters and yeah, I was kind of the same. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to translate. It's really hard to translate because it's so solidified in
yeah.
the Japanese culture. It doesn't translate really well to us, especially
I,
here in Australia, because we have a very particular type of sense of humor over here.
it's like one
But
of those witches cauldrons. It's just got a bunch of shit thrown in there from different other cultures. It's just
that's us.
kind of stirred together, and it's like you're
And
not
they
sure
stir
if
it
it's
around and then they just like remove all the sensitivity. Just take it out.
there's like weird tendrils connecting between them, and you're not sure if that's actually edible or not.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. We like poisonous stuff, yeah. But
That's
I had
character.
nothing. I had nothing against Ichigo Gaze. I actually really enjoyed the first chapter. It was a lot of
Hmm.
fun.
I
But I
just didn't really
knew,
know where they were going to go with it, and
yeah, and this is the
unfortunately,
problem: is I want to read a story that has like a really good continuity between characters and direction and where it's going.
yeah.
I hope
Um,
that they keep making manga, and I don't care about that person's comment because they clearly do not understand the
yeah,
amount of
it's
effort and religiously constructing this stuff is just immense, absolutely immense. So I hope they keep going. Man, is
hope
this
so.
thing still going? Is this new or is it
This is new. So this is
okay?
Minome no Kamisama, which will be coming the. Wait, is this? That's weird. Why did they do it that way? Okay, so this one's coming out on Christmas. The next one's coming out the 4th, so a couple days ago. And then the next one's the 13th. That's why.
Because
Okay,
everything's
anyway.
back to front, man. Everything's
Oh,
back to front.
I think I just had
Remember,
another stroke.
Big Face. What's Big
Uh,
Face?
I'll be getting to that. Uh,
That's where my eye directly went. I'm just like, ignore everything else. Big Face.
that's why I'm actually talking about this at all. Because the fuck is
Oh,
that?
yes. Give it to me now.
I really hope we get this because what?
What is that? This is tickling my goose.
Oh, it looks like the most interesting ones are indie, so probably not coming. That's
Oh,
kind of lame.
can we at least get it? Oh no, they should at least translate it. There is
It
there
looks really
the
unhinged and
the really
creepy and
frustrating thing is there's so much stuff that should be translated that isn't
yeah,
because it doesn't hit in Japan, but I feel like it would hit over here. You know what I mean?
I
And
know exactly what
things
you mean.
like Go or Shoji or Chinese chess, that sort of stuff doesn't hit over here. We don't give a shit about that.
Mm.
We really don't.
March Comes In Like a Lion was fucking awesome though.
Yeah, but that was a limited series. No, that was a movie. Was that a
It
movie?
was 2 seasons, I think,
2
and a
seasons,
movie, maybe.
maybe. But it was small. It wasn't like some massive shonen style
No, I think it
battle
was still
manga
like
extravaganza. So I don't. I feel like we don't want that. We want the brain guy with the giant face.
yeah, give me that.
Yeah. So they need to, I don't know, take that into consideration. Um, you got more brain giant face stuff for me?
Nah, that's it. We're all out.
What?
So I'm sold out.
Let's have a quick chat about weeklies this week. What was your favorite chapter this week?
Uh,
One Piece. No, sorry. Let's take that out of the running.
obviously. Hang on. I actually what did I read?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it was MMA.
MMA was pretty good. Sakamoto was pretty good too.
Sakamoto was peak. Sakamoto. It was hard boiled.
It was pretty hard boiled. Shin was amazing. You know, there was nearly like 50 episodes nearly of March Comes In Like a Lion.
Yeah. I never
Okay.
watched it. Sorry.
I haven't finished it. I watched it started watching it a couple of years back, so even I was a bit late to it. It was really
Yeah.
fun though. I enjoyed it.
I have heard it's like spectacular. It's a good production.
It feels like a hot cup of cocoa on a cold day when you're depressed.
Wouldn't know what that's all about. But if you said a hot cup of Milo, I'd understand. But
It's the same difference.
I know you just No, it's a massive fucking difference, man.
Oh, look at me! I drink
Ooh,
molten sugar.
yeah. Why I'm so goddamn big.
What?
Like, hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
my brain didn't actually process what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna keep
Uh,
rolling those out.
dude, Dan and
Dan to
Chainsaw Man.
Dan. Dan to Dan. What a
And My
great
Hero
issue.
actually was so good.
It was great to see Alien Boy back in Dan to Dan, causing a bit of trouble.
I love he's a part of the family now. I don't care what
Yeah,
Momo says.
he will never be a part of the clan again. He is now officially part of the Dan to Dan crew.
Yeah, that's
He'll never.
so weird.
I love the
Like,
fact that not only is he employed at a small retail store, but he is concerned that he won't be able to maintain the job at the small retail store if he leaves.
so he's like, you got another job lined up for me in case I
Yeah.
get fired?
How much is it?
Yeah,
What
I
am I
know
getting paid
someone.
for? What's my salary?
You better get. I really want to know what the hourly rate is. Tell me before we do anything else.
He makes the series a lot of fun.
He
The
kind of
dynamic between the characters is so good, and I feel like I know that the anime is going to miss the mark for some people because it's so quirky and weird.
I I
I
don't
know it's not
know.
going to pull the crowd that we're expecting, but
I
it's
think it
going to hit
will.
certain people in the right way, and it will develop more fans
I
as we
think
push along.
I think it's gonna depend on how they handle the Momo scene with the aliens. Because you
Well, from what we've seen so far, I think they're going to handle it exactly how it is in the manga.
Yeah. And that very well could kick up a hornet's nest, which I don't think will have any
I hope
negative
not.
like I don't think it'll have any negative bearing on it, but I
Like,
can see like a subgroup of Twitter getting all high and mighty about it.
yeah, but
And but
it
I
is
feel like that'll be for its
literally
benefit.
it's literally going to be like 3 seconds on the screen. It's going to be such a small
She's
space.
gonna be in her underwear for like the whole like
Oh,
last
the
chunk
whole
of the
episode.
episode. Yeah.
She'll yeah, in the second half of the episode, she'll be in her underwear. But you, man, how many series are there out there
I know.
that they have girls in their underwear and they're like innocent little? No, she's gonna be kicking ass in her underwear. She's not gonna be just standing there. She'll be kicking people in the face and smashing them into walls.
Like I said, I
It's
don't think it's going to be to its detriment. I can
No,
see it happening.
I understand where you're coming from, and I understand your concern, but I
Oh, I'm not
don't
concerned in the
think.
slightest. I just know that it's going to happen. They're just going to get all salty about it for a week, and then it'll be done.
Well, I'm just
Um,
gonna tell them to shut the fuck up because it's just a part of the
well,
story.
the funny thing is that they generally what happens is they kick up a stink. It gets a lot of traction online, and people will go, "Oh, what's this?" And
So
literally do the
what you're
opposite of what they wanted.
implying is it's some sort of advertising ploy.
Well, no, but it works like one. They're generally mad
Yeah.
about it though, genuinely. Not
I
generally.
understand that the imagery is going to be concerning, and I hope that they do this is for 16 and above
Yeah.
series. This is not a
Well,
series designed for
I hope the
kids.
language is kept the same. Like it. I hope it's still got that potty mouth.
Yeah, it's still got bad language, it's still got lots of violence, it's still got lots of, but at the same time, it's not like it's real borderline, right? Sure, there's a bit of potty mouth. Here in Australia, we don't give a shit about potty mouth. That's just like second nature to us.
No, but like
Not swearing in a sentence is even
it's
more confusing than actually swearing in a
it
sentence.
is definitely skewed though towards a more mature audience, like you said,
Oh,
16 and
definitely.
up.
Yeah.
which means that they can get away with dropping a few more f-bombs and whatnot, which you just don't see in Shonen Jump.
No, and being a plus title, that's exactly why it's there.
Yeah.
And I think Saru was the correct choice for this because they're willing to go
Oh,
out on that branch
I'm
and
so
willing to
excited.
push those boundaries, whereas a lot of studios wouldn't.
Dude,
They would be concerned.
I couldn't have asked for a better studio. It's good. I
I'll,
have no hesitations. This is going to be fantastic.
I'm super excited because I have a feeling that Netflix will pick this up as well.
Mm.
So not only is it going to be like,
Well, everything that
wow, they got an
they've
anime.
done is gone on there.
Exactly right. Wow, they got an anime, but next it's going to be like, wow, it's freaking in everybody's face, like full stop.
Yeah.
It'll be
I
great.
hope so.
They've been around for a while, so they've done a lot of stuff. But the more recent stuff that they've been producing has been Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix have picked them up, and I can't see why they wouldn't pick this up. And I would personally, I'd think Netflix would be insane not to pick it up.
Oh, actually, it was no. I don't think the Tatami Time Machine Blues.
No,
I haven't
that
seen that
was
on
on
anything yet.
Crunchy.
Actually, oh, is
That
it
was on.
on Crunchy?
Well, it was on. Um,
Was it like temporarily?
it was on Funimation.
Uh,
I can't remember if it was on the guys before that, but it was
oh,
it's
actually, yeah. There's quite a few that they haven't, but there's also
been around.
a substantial amount that's like hit like really big, like Devil May Cry Baby, um, Japan Sinks 2020.
Hmm.
But then there's like and Scott Pilgrim. But then
Yeah,
there's like the Tatami Time Machine, Yuri Deco, the Star Wars Visions, which obviously was
yeah.
only
So
on Disney
so
Plus.
this is a studio that doesn't do regular content. It doesn't do regular material. It does offbeat, weird,
That's
out on
right.
a limb. We're not looking to make money kind of stuff, which is exactly what Dan to Dan needs.
Oh my god.
Did your brain just explode?
So yes. Remember how because I forgot that they worked on a couple episodes of Space Dandy,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was all like, oh, they worked on Space Dandy. Oh yeah, I knew that. And but what I didn't know was the
Was which
director,
episodes? Oh, the director.
Shinichiro Watanabe.
What? Wait a minute.
I was just like, I'm sorry, what? So now I've just got to really quickly find out which episode he did.
But we mentioned this last week. We're just like, this is a studio that is 50-50 veterans, new staff.
Yeah.
It's like a little hub of information and development and producing new talent to produce high quality animation that isn't to the standard studio environment.
Oh yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I remember what episode he did now. I think he did a lot of drugs. And
Well,
you've
no,
seen the
I think,
series, right?
yeah, a lot of his stuff is offbeat. It's different.
It was it was episode 9, the one where they go to the planet that's got the sentient plant life, and it's like a weird trip.
Ah, did he
Remember?
do? He did an episode of Adventure Time, right?
Did he?
Watanabe? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna Google knows what I want. I might be horribly wrong.
Space Dandy is one of my favorite series.
No,
It's so
no, it
good.
wasn't Watanabe. There was an episode that was done by a famous Japanese anime director. And I'm just trying to remember who it was that did that episode.
Oh yeah, Adventure Time, Food Chain,
Yeah, Food
um,
Chain. That's the one.
Masaki Yuasa, and oh man, I don't know how to pronounce Korean names. Um, Yoon Choi. That's my best attempt, and that's all you're getting.
It's all you get, my man. Masaki Yuasa, and directed by Yoon Choi. Yoon Choi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
Yoon Choi.
um
Who has
I think so. He did episode 6. Wait, dude, we're going down a rabbit hole.
I know
I
we're going
need
down a
to.
rabbit hole. Oh my god, the amount of stuff that goes. Oh, he was involved in Scott Pilgrim as well.
Yeah. Wait, Watanabe was.
No, Yun Yong.
Oh. For a sec, I think so. I think
Oh,
he's
so
one of the.
yeah, he's one of the producers
Yeah.
at yeah, okay. Cool. Man, I love these rabbit holes because we discover stuff that we wouldn't normally discover.
I'm cutting us short
and,
here though, because I was about to go down
and
another rabbit hole.
and Masaki Yuasa is also a director from um he did key animation for Devilman. So
It's a problem when
man,
I
we are
forget we're
in
doing a show.
good hands, like super good hands. I'm so happy that this is happening.
Yeah.
Still stoked. It's been a week and I'm still stoked.
I don't know. I want it now, but I am happy to wait. No, I just wanted to clarify.
I want this to be a fourth quarter animation. I don't want this until it's ready.
Well, I wonder how long they've been working on it for.
Probably a little while, because I'd say it would be the next big animation they did after Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
And they started Scott Pilgrim almost directly after doing Crybaby.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how long they've been working on that, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was like
so the production
5 years?
Yeah, so the talks to the final product, 5 years.
Wow. That's nuts.
But at the
then
same
there were people
time,
shitting on it so much, being like,
"Oh, look at it."
Yeah.
Doesn't what? It doesn't what?
Oh, it's because
anybody who's shitting on it doesn't understand the series.
No, correct. It's because they're not actually seeing the animation and the amazing quality of it. They're looking at the simplistic art style and judging it wholly and solely off that.
Oh my god, do you know how hard it is to replicate someone else's art style? It's so fucking hard.
Perfect.
Like compared to the actual comic book, it was like the comic book in motion. So for them to do that is just phenomenal. And not just that, but there was just so many scenes of them having a conversation in a trailer or in a kitchen or something like that. And to animate that and make it look good and compose it correctly and light it correctly, man, there's so much work. So much work in this series. Yeah. It's so good.
It was just like, wow, that was overly animated.
But was it?
You just like see the string of spit and you're like, damn. Someone spent a lot of time on that scene.
Oh, they knew where to put the details in. That's the thing. And it was so much love and care behind it. And as I'll keep saying, anybody who didn't enjoy it doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Oh, man.
That's fine. Just don't vocalize it because there's no point hating on something you don't understand.
It broke my brain the first 3 episodes.
Yes.
I
That once that second episode kicked in, I'm just like, wait, wait,
yeah.
wait a minute. Okay.
It took me like
Now
to the
we
end of episode 3 to be like, yeah, no, I'm definitely 100% on this now. I was about 90% sure, but
yeah.
just
With
oh, it
the
was so
first couple
bizarre.
episodes, you're like, this is nice. This
Like,
is like a revision. It's like a slightly different take on the way the movie was made. And then you get to the second episode and you're like, that's not how the movie was.
and then it gets really meta and like really
Really different
oh
to
wow,
the
it
source
was
material.
such a crazy series.
And that's what I love about it.
Um,
I love the fact that it was not just some reproduced,
yeah, and they
you
took
know,
a chance
copy of.
on recontextualizing the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Um, because now you, after watching the characters interacting takes off, you go back in versus the world, it's going to change your perspective on certain characters,
That's
and
right.
what they're capable of, from the the exchanges that they man Lucas Lee's fight with Gideon in the whole scene where they're just playing around in Julie's house and it
Yeah.
just gets destroyed.
It's so
So
good.
good.
It's like, I've been out for 3 hours. What the hell?
Actually, weirdly enough, like she was I really enjoyed what's her name?
The
Uh
actress.
yeah, it's the is it Parks and Recs chick, the one that's with Chris Pratt. Is that her?
No.
No?
Actually, I've never seen Parks and Rec, so I can't say.
I Yeah, no, I haven't either. Hang
Yeah.
on. Just
You'll
got
find it though.
uh
No, you'll find it first.
there's
No, maybe.
so many characters.
So many characters. I know
Aubrey
exactly.
Plaza, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is her.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, like I thought her performance was fantastic. Weirdly though, the quality of the recording sounded like slightly less than everyone else's, almost like they were using a different mic or something.
I have a feeling that this
Oh,
may
off-site?
have been recorded during COVID.
COVID? Maybe, yeah.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Because of its massive production time, there is a possibility that it was recorded back in COVID, which would understandably be the reason why everything. And this was my only like neg to the whole series, was that the voice acting was a bit mid.
Hit and miss, yeah.
It was a bit mid, and I didn't feel it when it was meant to be felt. And I
Yeah.
feel like that might have been because if they were recording during COVID, they wouldn't have had the footage to look at to see what was happening on screen. So normally when they're doing VA work in European / American style environments, they will run the
Was it like the Bones animation?
yeah,
Like the
the
unfinished animation? I can't
yeah,
remember what they
definitely the unfinished, sometimes
what you
just
call it.
the you know what I'm talking about. So
I
they
do.
run the
I
basic
can't
animation,
remember
so
any of the terms.
at least the the actors know that when to hit the certain notes or the certain points
Oh,
of emotion, because they know they can visually see the character doing that
yeah.
emotion. And I feel like when they recorded this, they couldn't visualize that. They were just reading off a script, and it just didn't have the same level of emotion. And I know for a
Also
fact,
experience as well, I think.
no, I don't know. I think a lot of these actors are capable. Michael Cera, definitely, he's capable of doing it. I just feel like he felt a little bit phoned in on this one.
Ah,
Brandon Roth did I enjoyed his Todd. Chris Evans did relatively well. I feel like anytime the characters had to push out like a yell or a scream or any sort of emotion, it just stopped in its tracks because the animation was all emotion and the person reading was just not.
Knives was pretty good.
Knives is always good. She's fantastic.
Ramona was pretty good.
For
the
she
most
did
part, I
okay.
think.
But anytime, like I said, anytime Ramona was like screaming or, doing something emotional in the animation, I just felt like the voice work was missing that emotion. I wish they'd honestly maybe re-recorded a little bit further down the track.
Maybe they will if we get a physical release.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I like. I liked when I used to buy the physical medium, like box sets and shit, and they came with the audio commentary from the VAs from the dubs, and they used to talk a lot about the process and stuff, and you'd have some of the veterans come in first, and they'd record their lines, and then the other stuff would come in, record their lines, but then they'd have the other person's voice lines to kind of bounce off of, and it was an interesting sort of like insight into how the process sort of goes. Listening to full sorry,
I was going to say the dub version versus the original Japanese version is always very different because the recording environment's very different.
The big one that I always remember was the original Full Metal voice actors doing. Sorry, the original Full Metal anime. So not Brotherhood.
Yeah.
The English cast doing their commentary on that was really cool to hear, because you had like, I think he was really young. I reckon he was probably like maybe 10 when he was doing the voice of Alphonse, and they'd get
10?
him to he was legit kid.
What? How?
He might have been
Why?
a bit older. I can't remember. So Aaron Desmuke, the guy that did Alphonse in the original series, who I think he does come back as someone else in Brotherhood. I think they got a girl to
which is pretty standard for a young boy.
I don't remember who he came back as though. Irrelevant. They got him to actually hold like a metallic bowl in front of his face
to do
and speak. So you get the reverberation of like the metal sound of him being inside. I was like, that's really cool. Yeah.
I wouldn't bother doing that today. I feel like there's a real sort of come in, read your lines kind of vibe today. Yeah. Very rarely will we get a really solid performance from a English speaking cast.
Oran High School Host Club.
Such a long running series, though.
No, it's only got like 2 collections. It's like 1 season, I think.
It's got to be more than that.
Are we talking about the same series?
It's got to be at least 2
Fall
seasons.
in Love? No, I think it's only 1, man.
Do I want it to be more?
Yes. It was so good. No, it's only 1 season.
Seriously?
But it is like a 25 episode.
24, 25 episode. So it's back when season was a season.
It has some really funny outtakes and audio commentary on that. Code Geass was the other one. You don't get much of that stuff anymore.
No, because nobody does fucking physical media anymore. It's a pain in the ass.
That, and I don't think they put the extra mile in like they used to.
No.
Like to fill it with
I feel
bunch of
like we need
extras
to,
and content.
if I had the money, I'd just make a studio and we
Oh,
would just, I'd be a VA director. That's what I would do. How good would that be?
sorry, I just saw like people also search for, and it had Cromartie High School and Eureka 7 and Azumanga Daioh, and I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
that's the fucking time. That shit is hilarious.
I just like went back to like the early 2000s for a
Yeah.
moment there. It's just like flash,
Oh,
flash, 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 flash.
oh
Was
boy.
Azumanga Daioh the that was Nichijou that I was thinking of.
Yeah, Nichijou is the one with the absolutely outrageously fantastic animation.
The surplexing of the deer by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
principal.
That thing has no right having the quality of
It's
animation it
so
has in it.
good.
Seriously, it has no right whatsoever because to have a gag series being taken so seriously by a studio is just insane. Absolutely insane.
Was that
But, we're better for it.
Annie? I don't actually remember who did Nichijou.
No, it wasn't Annie. It was,
A pretty big one though, wasn't it?
yeah, it was definitely a big studio.
Nichijou. You wrong,
Right?
bitch. It was KyoAni.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been in their heyday. Yeah, it is too. Because
I thought that's the reason I saw it recently, because I saw the documentary.
I love Keone's stuff, but man, something about the amount of precision and direction in that series is different to what they've produced in the past.
Yeah.
And even what they've produced today. So anybody who wants to study animation, wants to study, execution of animation, Nichijou is one of those series you need, like 100% need to watch because it is so precisely done and so beautifully executed that there's not a lot of stuff that touches it. Honestly, it's
Just
really bizarre.
yeah.
You can
Like,
you can throw Jujutsu Kaisen animation at me. You can throw all this new stuff at me, and I'm just gonna go, nah, Nichijou, man. that
yeah,
is just
I'm looking over everything
precision.
else, and I'm like, for a good long while, like I think Violet Evergarden is probably like the next thing they did that was like impeccable animation wise, like that.
Yeah,
But different again, because it was like Violet Evergarden was like your high fidelity. Um,
yeah. It was really going for that really refined, sharp look. Um, which understandable. That's the kind of direction we're heading in. Is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, absolutely beautiful. But I do find it horribly boring.
I yeah, I'm honestly I never picked it up because I was worried that I was gonna not like it.
It's just
um,
watch it with the sound turned off.
I was like, oh, I'll get around to you. You're on my list.
I think
Um,
it's a bit too serious for me.
they yeah, yeah.
Is what it is,
I'm
and
I was also kind of worried that it was gonna make me feel bad because it's all about war and stuff, right?
it's post-war.
Yeah, so
So
PTSD and
it's
shit, right?
PTSD. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
basically
cool.
PTSD, but for androids.
Yeah,
It's the android PTSD. So it's basically pretty rough, dark,
yeah.
mentally stuff. When you're watching it, anybody who isn't familiar with the concept of it or isn't connected to that particular line of thought will just see it as a regular anime. Whereas if you are, you'll feel it like internally a bit more.
Um, it's like when I rewatched Black Lagoon in my late 20s, and oh boy, did that hit fucking different.
Yeah, yeah, and this is the thing, you know, if you've watched a series and really enjoyed a series when you were younger, always, you know, sit on it for 10 years and then go back to it and then just go and just be like your,
Oh,
your
dude, it
brain will be blown out of your skull at the
fucking
depth.
broke me.
Yeah, it's
I
so different.
actually could not finish rewatching the series. I was like, I think I'm done. I kind of want to kill myself.
I know
Like
it's harsh, but I
this
didn't
is
think it's
too
that harsh.
much. It was just like I got up to, I think, the part where Revy and Rock have that really meaningful day, and everything's just shit. And I'm just, I was also kind of not in a
Yeah,
very good spot at the time as well, and I was just like, oh no, this is feeling too real.
yeah.
I was just like, nah, I think I need to book a therapy appointment and go see my GP.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's a pretty rough
Oh,
series.
it's
It really
so
is.
good though. Oh,
Oh, sorry, I'm just going back through who the director of Nichijou has done some pretty freaking amazing stuff.
I didn't realize that KyoAni did love Chinobio and Other Delusions.
Yeah, he's the director of that.
Of course he is. Is he
Also directed
also?
Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I
him.
thought I thought he might have done Beyond the Boundary, but that wasn't him.
No, that's definitely a different director, and you can tell by the way that
Yeah.
characters work and the camera movement and all that sort of stuff. Um, yeah, he's done some K-On, Full Metal Panic.
I never got a chance to really watch Full Metal Panic, and I'm not gonna lie, my weird teenage brain was just like, nah, there can only be one Full Metal, and it's Alchemist, not
Such a
Panic.
different, yeah, it's such a different series.
Oh
Panic
my god,
is,
yes.
yeah,
I remember
um,
seeing the trailers for it when we used to have like the really hyped up Americanized trailers
yeah.
with
So
that
if anybody comes
fucking
at you and
cringy.
says Full Metal Panic's like the best thing ever, they are 100% weeb, like 100% weeb, because the actual content in in that series is all about loving like robots
Japanisms.
and
Oh, well, yeah.
Japanisms and yeah, and all that sort of stuff, because it's about a kid who's experiencing it for the first time, and you know, is very direct about what he enjoys. It's
It
it's a weird one,
it
that one.
looked really wacky.
It's
Like it,
beautiful animation though. This
yeah.
is the thing. It's
Um,
really well done.
and fantastic action. Like it looked like a weird mix of comedy with action. Like
Oh no,
the
it's
level of comedy
100% a
was,
lot of comedy. So the
yeah.
comedy is the vast majority of it. So your day-to-day school life kind of environment, the action actually takes a very big backseat to a lot of it.
Is there a later season that's more action focused? Because there's a lot of iterations
I
of
think
it,
they
isn't there?
rolled out some movies,
I just
and
remember
then
seeing, maybe it was
they
just a misleading trailer.
did no, they did
Very well
another
could have been.
series after, which was Fun Fu, which is more action based, I believe.
Okay.
But the original series was a lot more slice of life.
Uh, Fumoffu is the first
Yeah,
one, I believe.
didn't they do that afterwards?
It looked, no, and then the second raid came out 2 years after.
Oh,
But
then
it's
I'm
so it's
getting things mixed up.
Full Metal Panic, and then it's Full Metal Panic.
With
It's,
the
it's, a, it's a
exclamation mark.
Yeah, it's a question mark and an exclamation mark.
Ah, because it's done, yeah, because it's done by a different studio. So question mark is done by Annie.
When did both? No, they're both done by KyoAni. Are they?
No, because the exclamation mark's done by Gonzo.
Gonzo. Oh, hang on. So the first one in 2002 was done by Gonzo. Then they did Fumofu, which was KyoAni.
There we go.
And then they took over
That makes a lot more sense.
The exclamation mark one
Gonzo,
with the second raid.
Like they're 100% 90s style animation, those guys.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we are.
I know, way off topic. Sorry, talking too long.
Yeah. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, let's wrap up. It's enough.
Thank you, everybody who has supported the Lady of the Swamp. It was a ordeal, but we are greatly.
It was a hit, man. It went off.
Oh my! I hate Kickstarters, man.
I know. It's stressful. It's stressful. But it happened and it was really good. And we've been funded and lots of people bought comics. It was great.
I'm excited to start sinking my teeth into some pages.
Yeah, sorry. I'll get that.
Oh no, it's fine. I've still got the I have to have a meeting with Kieran and actually sit down.
Yeah.
And,
we all need to. Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be good.
Very good.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the YouTube stuff. Help us feed that algorithm. I'll be a little YouTube slut and whore myself out. I don't care.
I'll undress for you right now, if that's what it takes.
Come back and you ruined my outro. I forgot all the words.
Sorry.
You can catch us here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I've been Brad.
I've been Logan.
He's been Logan. This has been episode 74 of Read This Way. See you next week.
Next week.